What's up, y'all? It's your girl, QueensteezTV, and I am back with another video. Y'all already know it's time for a story time, okay? And since y'all have been loving the work stories, and y'all know that QueensteezTV stay at work trying to run up a bag, baby, I got another work story for y'all. This story, honey, is the story about the infamous Showdown, okay? Y'all, when I say people still be talking about this, and this happened years ago, which, you know, I can't say that I'm not proud of, but what I can say is I did not start it, but I did finish it, okay? Okay? I tell people all the time, don't start nothing and it won't be nothing, and if you start something, it's going to be something until I don't want it to be nothing no more, okay? Simple as that. But, yo, I definitely got to get into the story for y'all. This is going to be multiple parts, okay? And I have a special guest coming. If you are an A1, day one here on the channel, I want you to drop down in the comments and tell me who you think the special guest is. If you've been rocking, then you already know who the special guest is. And you know any time that me and this person get together, it is a time, okay? So, now that we get all of our pleasantries out the way, if this is your first time here on my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, hit the like button on y'all way coming in here. Y'all know, don't make me beg for the likes. Y'all already know what it's giving, okay? Also, if you like that song in the intro, it is me, okay? QueensteezTV, okay? That is my song, Flossing, and it is available on all streaming platforms. So make sure you go, you know, download my song, bump it in the car, and all of that. Share my channel and do all of that. Come on, y'all, just meet me in this video.
When I come through, man, you know that I be big ballin'. Work hard, play hard, man, I put my all in. The deal's getting bigger, man, they won't stop calling. They thinking that I'm mellow and I'm just recharging. Work hard, play hard, man, I put my all in. The deal's getting bigger, man, they won't stop calling. They thinking that I'm mellow and I'm just recharging,
Alright, y'all, so I have to take y'all back in time to let y'all know how all of this stuff built up, okay? Because, like I told y'all before, I don't start nothing, but baby, I am going to finish it, okay? If you start with me, you better beware, because I'm going to keep going on and on and on and on, like the Energizer Bunny. You start with me, you better be ready. You better be prepared. Look at me, I can't even talk. You better be prepared for what you started, okay? Because what Lil Durk said, this ain't what you want. I hear them after me, but this ain't what you want. This is not what you want over here. I can promise you that, okay? So, let me just go back to how I even got there and all of this stuff. So, if y'all recall, in one of my past story times that I told, which I will link down in the description bar, when I told the story of back when I used to work in the ED, and one of the patients thought that it was a good idea to throw a bucket of vomit on me, okay? Y'all go back and watch that story so y'all can find out what happened. But anyway, y'all can imagine what happened if you already see the energy that I'm exuding, okay? Y'all already know I'm Baltimore to the bone. You threw a bucket of what? Go ahead, take me out with the handcuffs. That, like, nah, like, that's not what we doing. So, literally, this happened. So, after that incident occurred, y'all, I thought that I was going to get fired. They ended up not firing me, but I put a transfer in to go to another unit in the hospital because I literally was like, I cannot work down here in this ED. The ED is the ghetto, okay? I had to elevate myself. So, I said, when I leave the ED, I'm going to the ICU, okay? I literally left the projects to go to a deluxe apartment in the sky, honey, okay? Now we moving on up to the east side, okay? I finally got a piece of the ICU pie. So I think after that incident, they was like, yeah, just let her go up the way she want to be. So the unit that I ended up going to, when I told everybody what unit I was transferring to, everybody started giving me all of these looks like, oh my goodness. So I'm like, what's the tea? They're like, are you sure you want to go work up there? I'm like, why wouldn't I go work up there? I don't want to be down here in the projects with you peasants anymore. Like, yeah, I want to go. Of course I want to go. So I'm like telling them like, yeah, why wouldn't I like want to leave? So everybody is literally like, oh my goodness, like they was so scared. They like, everybody up there is so mean. They was like, that's like the most infamous like unit in this whole facility. So I was like, what do y'all mean? Like infamous for what? They was like, everybody's up there is like really mean and like really nasty, and they was like, I don't think you want to like it up there. So I was just like, okay. But in my mind, I was like, no, are they ready for me? Because like people be trying to scare people. I'm like, don't nobody afraid me. Like what? I'm not afraid of nobody. Excuse me. So anyway, I'm like, okay, we'll see, right? So I kind of got this in the back of my mind that when I go up here, that people gonna be kind of like funny acting or whatever. But I'm like, again, it's healthcare. If y'all have watched enough Grey's Anatomy, I can say Grey's Anatomy, of all the drama and all the stuff that be going on, that is a good depiction of what be going on in hospitals. Like, yes, all of that drama, all of the bickering, fighting, all of that be going on on a daily basis. Like, yeah. So, I mean, it's cutthroat. Like, it's be a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? It's really a different type of beast. And a lot of my girlies, I know y'all work in healthcare, and we be in the comments talking. Like, it's real different. So, finally, I get my transfer, right? So, I go to the interview, of course, and all that. Like, I get the job, do the share day, and all that stuff. So, when I'm at my share day, I'm trying to get the vibes. So the manager at the time, didn't nobody like this manager, but hey, I did not have a problem with her. So what had happened was, so this is all right. Listen, this is why I tell you, it pays to be calm. So literally when I did my interview, right, I was walking in the parking lot, right? And then this person came flying through the parking lot, almost ran me over, right? My first instinct was to cuss them out, but something came over me. I think it was the Holy Spirit was like, shush, okay? So I literally looked when they almost ran me over. I said, oh my goodness, just like that, because you know, your interview voice. I was like, oh my gosh, like, you almost ran me over. Y'all, so I go up to the interview. Why the person who almost ran me over interview was the unit manager at the time, and I was like, oh, I was like, thank goodness I did not cuss this person out, because I really wanted to cuss him out for almost running me over. So I was like, thank goodness that the Holy Spirit came over me and was like, girl, shut your mouth and keep walking. Stay focused, eyes on the prize, tunnel vision, go to your interview, and don't say nothing about the person trying to run you over, okay? Literally got up there and it was the manager. So didn't nobody like her. Like, literally, they will always talk about her, just everything. But I always said I never had no problem with her. To me, she was like by the book, straightforward. She ain't want no mess. And I'm the type of person that if you doing what you're supposed to do, then you ain't got to worry about nobody saying nothing to you. So it's all the people who was doing stuff that they ain't had no business doing that talk about, you know, she was a bad manager, was doing this and doing that, and she used to nitpick with people when doing all that stuff. I was like, well, she never said nothing to me, so I ain't got no problem with the lady. So literally, after I get on the unit, you know, I'm walking around. You know, they do their introductions. Oh, this is the new person. She's going to be doing this. And, you know, I'm like, hello. I'm just scoping the scenery out. Because, mind you, everybody that I'm talking to and used to work with is literally telling me, like, these people is crazy. Like, do you not go work up there? So far, like, you know, everybody, they was like high, but they was kind of like brushing you off a little bit. But then again, it's like, it's the ICU. Like, we not sitting around, like, you know, it's things to do, people's lives to save. Like, we not sitting around giggling and talking and doing all that. So I was like, okay, like, I can see how people be like, oh, they standoffish, but it's also like, okay, this is the ICU, and the person got 10 different drips running, and the machine is beeping, and then you on ECMO, and then you on dialysis, and all this stuff. Like, girl, get out my face. Like, something like that ICU gives, girl, get out my face. Like, what do you want? Okay? So, it wasn't no smoke, so I was like, okay, the unit is fine. So I start meeting, you know, some of the people that I'm going to be directly working with. So they come off cool. And, you know, I'm talking to some people. They like, oh, you knew you this and that. And I'm like, no, I came from the ED. So, you know, we start talking about little stuff. You know, regular little coworker nuances. So it's this lady who works there. Let's call her, I'm going to call her Tina. Should I call her Tina? Yeah, I'm going to just call her Tina. So Tina comes over, like, you can, like, how can I explain it? So it's like, say I'm standing here talking to, like, I'm going to say 3 people, about a group of people. And I'm like, yeah, I'm Steez. I'm from the ED. I've been working here for a while. So I pretty much, you know my way around the facility, blah, blah, blah. So Tina is like over here, standing to the back, arms folded, just kind of listening instead of just coming over to introduce herself. So, you know, I already peeped that because, yeah, my head's still on the stool. So I already know what's up with you. So I know you ear hustling, but cool, right? I'm just making a mental note. So, whatever, they show me what I gotta do and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, literally, fine. Go ahead, do my job, do what I need to do, you know, all this stuff. So, it was a girl that worked on night shift. Her name was, I'm gonna call her Carrie. Hold on, let me write that down. I'm gonna call her Carrie. So Carrie worked the night shift. And just in talking to people, they'd be like, oh yeah, Carrie come in on the night shift. Sometimes, you know, if you follow behind Carrie, she might be a few minutes late because, you know, Carrie got kids. Carrie going through a divorce. One thing about a hospital, you work in a hospital, don't tell nobody your business. People tell your business. Because why was Short telling me that Carrie got kids and going through a divorce? Carrie got all this stuff. Baby, listen, y'all know if you work in healthcare, baby, they will spread your business low and wide. They will spread your business all over town. So they all telling me this lady business, like, yeah, Carrie's going through a divorce. So sometimes if you follow her, you know, she be late because her ex-husband don't like getting the kids. I'm like, I ain't even so much as seen what Carrie look like. And y'all done told me this girl business. So I'm like, okay, cool. Cause I'm like, God damn, like, let her tell me if she want me to know, like, what? So they telling me about Carrie. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'm like, I'm not really in a rush. So I'm like, you know, whenever she get here, fine. Tina, hater in the back, it's like, yeah, she's always late and that. They just told me the girl was going to be late. So why you had to repeat and saying, yeah, she always late. Okay. She not following you tonight. Why you worried about it? You could go. So that's what's happening in my head. So I'm like, I'm still like, you know, I'm still in new person mode. And not saying new person mode, but I'm like in chill, scoping the scenery out mode. Like, yeah, let me say that. So finally, I meet Carrie. And when Carrie come in, the first thing, Carrie looks exhausted. And when she come in, she like, oh, girl, sorry I'm late. I'm going through a divorce. My kid's dead. Like, really, like, so I'm like, okay, okay, this is unit business. So it wasn't like they was being malicious and telling me her business because she tell everybody her business. So I said, okay, I'm like, all right, I ain't feel no type of way about that because I hate when people be like, volunteering information, like, if I didn't tell the person, that's not for you to tell anyone, okay? So I didn't feel no type of way when she came in and she told me that. So I was like, okay, girl. I'm like, it's no problem, blah, 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 blah. We do handoff, and literally, that was the end of that. I see you in the morning, literally at what? Shift change. So cool. Next morning come, I'm there with Tina. And Tina comes in the door complaining. Mind you, I'm like, I'm just starting. Tina, I don't care. But I'm still having to be like, you know, chill, kind of like, oh, everything's okay. Y'all know how I be like. You don't want to ruffle no feathers like too early on. So Tina comes in and she's just like going around that nurse's station, and basically she's kind of like checking behind Carrie. So it seemed very predatory because she would just go about like, yeah, Carrie didn't QC the glucometers. Carrie didn't put the stickers in the chart. Carrie didn't put the blood forms in the thing. And it's just like, maybe Carrie got busy, right? And while you're walking around looking at all the stuff that Carrie didn't do, how about you QC the glucometers since you got a few extra minutes, okay? How about you put the stickers in the chart since you could be going through charts, okay? Why don't you just do it? Like, so I'm already just building up in my mind because I'm like, why is she on this girl so hard? So I asked somebody, I'm like, what's up with her and Carrie? And they like, nothing. That's just how Tina is. Like, she just is just like one of them people that's just nag and nitpick with people and stuff like that. So I'm like, yeah, me and her, But I will always keep it cute with Tina. I will always keep it cute. If you ask me something, you get a black and white answer. Like, you know, it was never nothing extra. It was just straight, this what it is, and let me walk away. Did you see this? Yes or no? Could you do this? Yes or no? Like, because I could tell that she was messy. And I hate when people, I keep saying this over, and it be a recurring thing. And I think it's just like it all drops to older. And Tina was older, like an older lady. Older people be so miserable. Not even miserable with two capital Z's in the middle. Be so miserable at work, and it's like, then go retire. Like, leave people alone. Why are you making it your mission to come in here and to nitpick with this girl? And you know that this girl is going through all that she going through, right? When I say Carrie used to come in there, hair all over her head, looking like she just got finished crying for forever, like just looking real disheveled. And I'm like, if you see somebody down, you know they always say you don't kick a person when they down. Like, girl. But that's really what Tina used to be on. They used to irritate me, but I was like, let me not say nothing to her, and let me try to keep my distance from her. Because I'm like, if she come at me, I'm going to sock it to you like this. Say, ooh, ah. Okay? Sock it to me like you want to. Ooh. So while I'm going through all of this and new orientation and training and all this, I asked them, could I be paired with the girl, I'm going to call her Candy. Now, Candy, that is my girl. Me and Candy is tight. So she really started like showing me the ropes and how to do everything that I needed to do. And like, she was like so good. She made sure I had my notebook and had everything written down. Like, she really showed me, like, when she let me go, I was on the move. I was on the move. Like, that's my girl. So literally, as a little bit time progressed, I noticed that Carrie started calling out more. So I'm like, is Carrie okay? Because I know Candy used to talk to Carrie. So I'm like, she okay? She like, wow. Tina keep reporting her to the manager for not doing this and that. So Candy was like, you know, if I see little stuff, she was like, I just try to do it. But for Tina get here, she like, but she keep reporting her. And she like, then Carrie going through a whole bunch of stuff at home. So it's getting to be a bit too much. So one day, I was chilling at the front, and I heard Tina talking about how Carrie got fired. And she's literally like celebrating that this girl got fired. Now, mind you, Candy done already put me down that you keep reporting the girl. So it's giving you got her fired. Because management didn't even know, or, you know, if something was going on, people would just go ahead and just do whatever needed to be done. But you made a point to keep going every single time. So, like I said before, if it was 3 things that Carrie didn't do, she would go tell all 3 things. Like, oh yeah, she didn't do this, she didn't do that, and she didn't do that. Like, that's unacceptable. Now, granted, yes, you're not supposed to bring home or whatever with you to work. But literally, when stuff just get overwhelming, like, everybody is a human being. And I hate when people do that. Like, I hate when people act like they never been down before. They never went through nothing before. Because, of course, getting to know Carrie, like, you were a single mom too. So, why are you going so hard on another single mom? You would think that people would be empathetic to people's situation, especially knowing that it's something that they went through. But it was like kind of like, oh wow, yep, I'm divorced and I had to be a single mom too, but you should still be on your stuff. And it's like, everybody don't have the same capacity, okay? Some people battery might be at 75% while they going through something. It might be at 10%. And some people is literally just teetering, trying to stay afloat, trying to just make it to the next freaking day. And I feel like when people start nitpicking with people, that's how people get to going off on people, okay? That's why people get to coming up jobs, waiting for people outside when you are just going out of your way to try to ruin something. So, literally, when I'm hearing this, y'all, I know my face probably was so red. And if I could have steam coming out my ears, I would have had steam coming out my ears because you got this girl fired. You know this girl got kids. How the girl gonna feed her kids? You know this girl going through a divorce. You don't know what she doing. She could pay her rent or mortgage, or if she homeless living in her car with her kids. You don't know what is going on. And you maliciously went and did that. Dog, when I say I was fuming in the inside, I was like, oh. I was like, she bet not never, ever try me. Like, cause you're already starting off on the bad foot with me. Like, you're already. When I say I was so mad when they told me that, I was so upset with her. So anyway, after she did all that, she celebrating getting the girl fired. Like I said, Candy and Carrie used to talk. So probably some weeks and stuff had went by, whatever, and Candy had came and was talking to me. I was like, have you talked to Carrie? She was like, yeah. I was like, well, how's she doing? Like, is she okay? Blah, blah, blah. She like, girl, she doing good. She like, Carrie to open up a business. She was like, and she worked for some of the doctors. Period. Yo, when I say Tina face, Tina was looking so stupid. You got the girl fired and a bigger blessing came through for her and you're still here. Mad. She was like, yeah, she was like, Tina worked for a couple of the doctors. She worked 2 days a week. And you know the doctor's gonna pay you, honey. So I said, I know that's right. I said, my girl, they got her little private little situation going on. I said, what they said? Jesus will work it out if you let him. Didn't he work it out, work it out. So y'all, this set Tina ablaze. So she started talking. She was like, yeah, I wouldn't let her in my house to do this. I wouldn't let her do this. Girl, don't nobody want to come in your funky house. Like, leave people alone. Well, I say I cannot stand when people do stuff like that. I cannot stand when people do stuff like that. So as stuff like progressed, I just would notice that she would try to tell people what to do, how to do it. You did this wrong, standing over top of people and all this. And I'm like, look, I don't work for you, okay? I work for this organization. I don't work for you. So that's the part I need you to understand, okay? You are not no boss. You're not the supervisor. Girl, sit down. But y'all, I'm trying to keep it cute with her. I'm trying to keep it cute with her. So literally, I'm just noticing that she nitpicks with different little people that she thinks. So mind you, at this time, y'all, I'm still pretty, like, quiet. And it's funny for me to say I'm quiet. Y'all probably like, girl, you're not quiet. But no, for real. Some people that know me, they say I'm real quiet and I don't talk. Other people know I'm real loud. I like to laugh, but it just really depends on the energy I'm getting. Because some people, like, you can tell if I don't like you and I ain't really messing with you, like, I'm going to sit there like, you good? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Peachy. Like, I'm real, like, yes or no, up, down, hot, cold. Like, I'm not on that. So I'm still, like, in my quiet phase. So, like, when I see her, like, trying to tell me, like, oh, you need to do this, I'm like, yeah, we ain't doing that. Yeah, no. So I'm just, like, trying to keep my distance from her because I know you're a troublemaker. I know you're a rat. Like, you're a straight up rat. So, like, get away from me. But, like, you're going out of your way to bother people. And I'm like, these is people's lives and livelihood. What I'm talking, lives and livelihoods that you sit here messing with. Miss Booth, get away from me. Get away from me with this energy. If I had holy water, I would have threw it on her. Bow, bow, bow. Because I know it would have repelled her. Okay? So, literally, I meet some people that is my girl. So this is your time. If y'all thought y'all had time to think about it in the story about who my girl is that is gonna be the special guest that we gonna get to the big shebang of what happened. Okay? So make sure y'all drop down in the comments and say who you think is coming to finish this video with me. So literally, Tina would try to like start with me, but I will always like repel her like, hey Tina, I'm not in the mood, mama. Don't do that. So she would keep trying her hand. So when she saw that she couldn't really get to me, she kind of died down a little bit. And really when it kind of work, I don't play about work. Like, I go there, I do my work, I do it, and I do it well, and I go home. Like I tell people all the time, I don't come here for friends, okay? I come here to work. We're not friends, we're co-workers. So let's keep it like that. I don't have no time for no small talk. None of that, okay? Do your job, get out my face, and I see you tomorrow. Like, ting, like, period. Period. So that's literally how I was just trying to keep this with her. So me and one of my guy co-workers, and I'm gonna call him Tim. So me and Tim, we were close. So it was me and a couple of them. We were close, right? And we would go out to the bar some on the weekend, and nobody would tell her because nobody liked her. But we would go out, but me and Tim, every time we would see each other, I'd be like, I can't stand to see your face. But we would be joking with each other. But of course, like, if I'm looking at somebody like, I cannot stand to see your face, somebody to the outside looking in will probably think I was serious. But that's how me and Tim used to joke with each other. And I'd be like, I can't stand to see you. And he'd be like, he'd be like, likewise. Or he'd be like, feel like I need to vomit. Like, like stuff like that. We would just be playing around. But Tina used to be lurking around and listening to that. And she would come and be like, you two need to stop doing that at the front desk where people can hear, because you shouldn't be saying that you don't like people at the front. Tina, you make us want to throw up, girl. Barge out, honey. So I'm like, So I'll be like, all right, yep, Tim, I'm going back to my station. I'll leave you up here with Tina. Y'all have fun up here, okay? So I would just always walk away. But that little debacle between me and Tim ended up turning into something huge, y'all. When I say something huge, y'all will literally not even believe what went down. Make sure you guys come back for part 2 of this video so I can literally give y'all the big showdown, okay? If you like this story, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Also, make sure to drop down in the comments. Leave me a comment. Did you have a weird, nosy, snitching, randy type of coworker like this? If you did, drop down in the comments. Let me know what it was given. And I will see you guys literally in part 2. Because make sure y'all come back. Because this is literally about to blow up.
When I come through, man, you know that I be big ballin'. Work hard, play hard, man, I put my all in. The deal's getting bigger, man, they won't stop calling. They thinking that I'm mellow and I'm just recharging. Work hard, play hard, man, I put my all in. The deal's getting bigger, man, they won't stop calling. They thinking that